Hi, welcome to Nagesh Biology online classes. Those who have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like and share to your friends. Let's discuss about a detailed information about glycolysis pathway. Total steps that occurs in glycolysis 10 steps. It is a partial oxidation of glucose occurs in glycolysis. The first initial simple carbohydrate, that is glucose. Glucose, it converts into glucose 6-phosphate. This process is known as phosphorylation step. There are total 10 steps are involved. The steps I'll write here. The first step is known as phosphorylation. The first step, one single ATP that is utilized. That ATP converts into ADP. What major change you can observe in this step? Glucose phosphorylated. One glucose, it takes one phosphate molecule from ATP. So it converts into glucose 6-phosphate. Here ATP consists of 3 phosphates, but whereas ADP it consists of 2 phosphates only. That remaining phosphate added to glucose at 6th carbon position. So it converts into glucose 6-phosphate. It is the first step that occurs in glycolysis. This process catalyzed by presence of one enzyme. That enzyme is known as hexokinase. This first step catalyzed by hexokinase, that is the one enzyme. Second step, that is isomerization. The second step, isomerization, catalyzed by phosphohexoisomerase. Presence of this enzyme, glucose 6-phosphate, isomerizes into fructose 6-phosphate. It is second step, that is isomerization step. Here one simple thing, in second step only isomerization occurs. So here the glucose 6-phosphate converts into fructose 6-phosphate. Number of carbons, glucose it consists of 6 carbons. Glucose 6-phosphate also consists of 6 carbons. Fructose 6-phosphate also consists 6 carbons. Carbons number not changed. The second step, because of isomerization, glucose 6-phosphate, it isomerizes into fructose 6-phosphate, presence of phosphohexoisomerase. In third step, fructose, it phosphorylated and it converts into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. This is also 6 carbon compound, but major event that occurs in third step. In third step, again one more ATP that is utilized. It converts into ADP. This is third step. First step, third step, both are phosphorylation reactions. But in phosphorylation reactions, ATP utilized in first step, third step also ATP utilized. Third step, that is phosphorylation. In phosphorylation step, one single phosphate from ATP, it comes outside, it is added to first carbon of fructose 6-phosphate. It leads to formation of fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. It has 2 phosphates. Number of carbons constant, no change. from beginning to till end of the third step, number of carbons not changed. Here the no change number of carbons in the substrates. This reaction catalyzed by phosphofructokinase. Here kinase ATP reactions. So fourth step, cleavage. This cleavage step, that is the fourth step, that is catalyzed by presence of aldolase enzyme. The cleavage step, 6 carbon compound that will split into 2-3 carbon compounds. Once we see here what major reaction occurs here, it is fourth step. In fourth step, major event, that is cleavage of 6 carbon into 2-3 carbon compounds. The first compound G3P, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This is otherwise known as PGAL, phosphoglyceraldehyde. This consists 3 carbons. So that PGAL, other name G3P. So this is 3 carbon compound. Because of cleavage of this one, fructose 1,6-phosphate, it splits presence of aldolase enzyme into 2 compounds. No, that is 3 carbon compound, and as well as one more compound, that is DHAP also produced. That is also 3 carbon compound. DHAP full form dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Here 3 carbon compounds are 2 are produced, that is PGAL and DHAP. Presence of aldolase enzyme, that step is called cleavage step. Next, fifth step, that is isomerization. That process catalyzed by triose phosphate isomerase. This enzyme, it play important role for isomerization of DHAP to G3P. Both are interconvertible compounds. So that's why it is isomerization. That is fifth step. Both are 3 carbon compounds, interconvertible compounds. Presence of triose phosphate isomerase. This DHAP converts into G3P. Then pathway will continue. Till now we discussed 5 steps. But here energy consuming steps. The first step is energy consumed. Third step also energy consuming steps. But whereas from 6th step onwards, energy liberating steps, energy releasing steps from 6th to 10th. But whereas up to 5 steps we observed energy utilized. In the first step, 1 single ATP utilized. At the same manner, say third step also 1 more ATP that is utilized. Now this G3P 3 carbon compound, it enters into the one step, that is oxidative phosphorylation. Because of that 1,3 bis phosphoglyceric acid is produced. This is also 3 carbon compound. But most important thing here, 6th step, oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidation process occurs and phosphorylation, both steps here together called oxidative phosphorylation. But what major event occurs here? At the time of conversion of G3P to 1,3-bis-phosphoglyceric acid, cytoplasm inorganic phosphate is involved. Here the cytoplasm inorganic phosphate. So ATP directly it is not utilizing. Cytoplasm, whatever inorganic phosphate is there, that is reacted in this reaction. At the same time here, at this process what happens? NAD plus, that is reduced to NADH DH H plus. But here it is assimilatory power energy 1 NAD plus, that is reduced to NADH H plus, that occurs at the sixth step of glycolysis. But here oxidation process occurring. This is undergoing oxidation. G3P enters into the oxidation. This NAD plus enters into the reduction. If one compound, if it reduces, other compound automatic it will oxidizes. G3P oxidized to 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid. This is also 3 carbon compound, but NADH plus is produced at 6th step. Because of involvement of inorganic phosphate, this process phosphorylation. But this process occurs presence of one enzyme G3P dehydrogenase. This is otherwise known as glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme. That is full name of the enzyme. Presence of this enzyme, this step occurs. Next, 7th step. This converts into 3-phosphoglyceric acid. It is also 3 carbon compound. This process, it is 7th step. Most important thing here, 7th step, what happens here? This is a dephosphorylation step. Dephosphorylation meaning removal of phosphate from substrate. One thing you can observe, 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid. 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid, it has 2 phosphates. At the first carbon, phosphate is there. Third carbon, one more phosphate is there. So that is called 1,3 bis-phospho. Bis means here 2 phosphates are there. But here in the 7th step, what happens? One single ATP is produced. ADP, that is converts into ATP. One thing you can observe here, how ADP converts into ATP. First carbon bis-phosphoglyceric acid, that phosphate, it comes outside, then it is added to ADP to form ATP. That's why it is 7th step, dephosphorylation, removal of phosphate from the substrate, that is dephosphorylation. Because of dephosphorylation, here one ATP produced, that is 7th step. This step occurs presence of an enzyme, that is phosphoglycerokinase. Wherever kinase enzyme is involved, there will be ATP reaction. That may be formation of ATP or utilization of ATP. Once you observe kinase, ATP reaction will be there. But here the 7th step, ATP is produced. The first step, that is produced ATP, that is 7th step, that is because of dephosphorylation. This step also called SLP1. Full form of SLP, substrate level phosphorylation. That is 1. First SLP1 that occurs at 7th step. First ATP produced at 7th step in glycolysis, especially in the respiratory pathway. SLP, substrate level phosphorylation. The phosphate comes from substrate for formation of ATP. So it is called substrate level phosphorylation. SLP1 that occurs at 7th step of glycolysis. Next, 8th step, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. It converts into 2-phosphoglyceric acid. It is also 3 carbon compound. This step, isomerization step. Once you observe here, the 8th step, that is called isomerization. Difference between 3-phosphoglyceric acid, 2-phosphoglyceric acid, just isomers. But what is the difference? This compound 3-phosphoglyceric acid, it consists third carbon phosphate, 3-phospho. Third carbon, it consists of phosphate, but 2-phospho, second carbon phosphate will be there. Both are isomers. Structural change will be there, but number of carbons remains constant. This step, that is 8th step, that is catalyzed by one more enzyme, phosphoglyceromutase. That is one more enzyme involved in 8th step for conversion of 3-phosphoglyceric acid to 2-phosphoglyceric acid. Once you see here the 9th step, the what major event occurs at 9th step? Removal of water occurs. That's why here 9th step, that is what you call, that is dehydration. That is the 9th step. Here the dehydration, removal of water. How it is possible here? From this compound, the what happens? Water is removed. The process of removal of water is called dehydration. That dehydration step, that is catalyzed by presence of one enzyme, that is called enolase. Enolase, that is the enzyme play important role. Dehydration, that is removal of water from the substrate. Because of removal of water, this leads to formation of PEP. That is a full form, phosphoenol pyruvic acid. That is a 3-carbon compound. PEP, that is produced after 9th step from 2-phosphoglyceric acid. But here water molecule is released. Last step, that PEP, it phosphorylated to form pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid abbreviation form PA. That is 3-carbon compound. What major changes occurs at 10th step? Here ADP, that leads to formation of ATP. One single ATP is formed like 7th step. That is the 10th step, D, phosphorylation. This step, it is catalyzed by, that is one more enzyme, that is pyruvate kinase enzyme, kinase ATP reaction. From PEP, phosphoenol pyruvic acid, one phosphate removed, that is added to ADP to form ATP. So here the once you observe the total cycle from first to last 10 steps, ATP produced at 7th step and 10th step. But here 1G3P like this enters at 7th step, 10th step, 2 ATPs are formed. But here DHAP again it isomerizes, then process will continue. So that's why here you can take for all molecules 2 molecules. Whatever I am making here circle, that is 2 molecules of all chemical compounds are formed. 2 molecules of 1,3 bis-phosphoglyceric acid, 2 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid, 2 molecules of 2-phosphoglyceric acid, 2 molecules of PEP, 2 molecules of pyruvic acid. Why we have to take 2 molecules means G3P, it enters into the process up to pyruvic acid. 7th step 1 ATP is produced, 10th step 1 more ATP is produced. Again DHAP isomerizes to G3P, again pathway will continue. That's why here all you will get 2 compounds. The final here what we can discuss, the what type of questions we can expect. Total ATPs produced in glycolysis, that is 4 ATPs. Total ATPs, 7th, 10th step 2 ATPs are produced again because of DHAP converts G3P, process will continue. Again 2 more ATPs, total 4 ATPs. Next, total ATPs utilized in glycolysis process. How many ATPs utilized? 2 minus 2, because at the first step, third step, 2 ATPs are utilized, minus 2. So final I want to give the clarity. Net gain of ATPs in glycolysis. Net means final balance. ATPs, how many ATPs? 2 ATPs only after subtracting used ATPs. Final balance. In the exam, if they will give net gain of ATPs produced for one glucose molecule, 2 ATPs. Next, here total water molecules produced in this process, 2 water molecules are produced. That here once you see at the 9th step, for 1 G3P enters into the pathway, 1 water molecule. Like this again DHAP enters, like this process will continue. Again one more water molecule. 2 water molecules are produced. That is metabolic water that also produced during glycolysis process, 9th step. Next, total NADH H plus produced. They are 2. Here the 6th step, oxidative phosphorylation occurs. There for 1 G3P 1 NADH plus H plus is produced. Again DHAP converts. Again process will continue. One more NADH H plus is produced. Total final NADH H plus produced, that is 2. This pathway total occurs in 10 steps, catalyzed by 10 enzymes. Examination point of view, all the steps names and all the enzymes names are important, because at which step ATP is produced, what is the step name? So in which step water produced, what do you call that step name? That is removal of water, that is dehydration. How to remember in exam all these steps? I will tell you one small trick. Pip, he became CI. In his office, did high tasty dosa and potato curry. If this sentence, if it is there in your mind, easy to remember all the steps. How? I will tell you. Phosphorylation. P stands for phosphorylation, isomerization, phosphorylation, cleavage, isomerization, oxidative phosphorylation, O, oxidative phosphorylation, dephosphorylation, isomerization, dehydration, DH, high taste dosa and potato curry is there, DH, dehydration, DH. Next here DP, 10th step, that is dephosphorylation. Like this you can remember all the steps and whatever events occurs in glycolysis process. Now what type of questions you can expect in exam? If 2 glucose molecules enters into the glycolysis pathway, total net gain of ATPs are produced, 4. Net gain of ATPs. For 1 glucose, 2 net gain of ATPs. For 2 glucose molecules, 4 net gain of ATPs. How many NADH are produced in glycolysis? For 10 glucose molecules. For 1 glucose, 2 NADH are produced. For 10 glucose molecules, 10 into 2, 20 NADH are produced. How many phosphorylation steps occurs in glycolysis? Phosphorylation steps are 3. Here phosphorylation, here also phosphorylation, this is also phosphorylation, oxidation occurring and phosphorylation also occurring. So in how many steps phosphorylation occurs? 3 steps. That is the first step, third step and 6th step. Oxidation occurs at which step? 6th step. So like this, different types of questions you can expect in exam.